Hey, welcome back. I'm doing a really quick update video on my 64 C10 short bed fleet side that I put a metal bed floor in. Today I'm going to paint the inside of the bed, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it this way first instead of doing it all at once with the exterior and all that stuff. So I'm going to flip you around and I'm going to explain what's going on. So here's the bed with all the dents fixed on the inside of the wheel wells, the dents fixed on the inside. Now I could have pulled this all apart and painted this all together, or excuse me, all apart. Granted, that's definitely a way to do it. I wanted to get paint on all of my bolts as well, and on the back sides of all of this stuff, there is blue paint. There is the exterior color, and then there's also primed, and it was sandblasted, and so I feel confident that I've got good corrosion protection underneath all of these lips. None of it's bare steel, and it's much easier for me on the assembly process just to paint it all when it's together like this. Some people would not do it this way, but this is how I'm doing it. And last night I sprayed some epoxy on. You can still see a little bleed through there from a couple little dingers that were there, but the reason I'm painting the inside of the bed first, back to the epoxy. This epoxy is a 7-day window. It's a DTM epoxy. So before, I have 7 days before I have to come back in and abrade this for the next top coat, next coat to stick. And so I'm well within my window, and I only put one coat on with a 1/8 tip. And I should be plenty safe to start recoating this morning. So the reason I'm doing this first, and I'm doing the inside of the bed first and not all of it together, is a couple of different reasons. The inside of the bed is going to have a satin clear on it. The exterior is also, I don't know if you can see my color chip card here. I don't know if it's going to show up very well. In the first coat of clear, see how that pearl blue, how it rolls? It's got that nice blue effect there. It's a baby blue with a galaxy blue pearl on top of it. And the first coat of clear, I put a very small amount of liquid pearl in it for the exterior. Now the inside of the bed is just going to be the blue color without the pearl, because it doesn't show up that great in a satin. So, and then I'm also going to spray a really light texture coat on the inside of this bed. I like them not with a bed liner, but I like them with just a little bit of texture. I didn't go completely bananas on getting everything laser straight. It's very straight, it's presentable, but it's not like amazing concourse show straight. So the outsides are, the exterior of the bed is really nice and straight, but the inside, it is a pickup bed. But so I'll get the rest of this taped up. I had a little bit of seam sealer I did last night down in these corners that isn't quite dry enough yet. I got my heat lamp, had my heat lamp on them this morning, and I'll get the rest of this taped, and I'm going to start spraying my texture coat in, and then that's got to sit for a couple hours, and then I can start basing on top of it. So I'll turn you back on here as soon as I get some color on this thing. Alrighty, I just got done spraying the last coat of texture coat on, and as you can see, it's not like overwhelmingly thick. I don't want that bed liner look. I want just a really even texture coat. So this stuff has to dry for, they say 30 to 40 minutes before you can start top coating. I'm gonna let it sit for an hour. I got the heat cranked up to about 70 in here. As you can see, I think it's going to turn out wonderful. But there it is. Now, a lot of guys just leave it like this. I don't like black bed liners. This is just black. Basically, it's rocker guard. It's texture coat. Goes on fairly light. Here's the tailgate. And I'll come back in with some gray Scotch-Brite after about an hour or so and scuff this up. You don't have to get super horsey on it, but we'll give it a little scuff, wipe down, and I'll start spraying my base on it. So I like doing this method instead of the bed liner per se, because this is essentially rocker guard, like I said. In fact, that's what it is. It's 3M black rocker guard. Shoots coating, whatever you want to call it. Used it for years and years and years, and it's a super tough product. And I've been doing them like this for a long time, and that way I can paint over it in the same day and treat it just like basically a rocker panel. And if a rocker panel can take the beating, why can't a bed? So anyway, there it is. There she is. She's looking nice. Alrighty. I got the base color on. I got 2 coats of base on. Been a few hours, and woo-wee, does it ever look nice. You see the light texture in it? I'm going to let this sit for about an hour at 65 degrees, and I'll come in and spray the satin clear. Actually, it's going to be a little longer because I got to make a Costco run. You know, it's Sunday. Got to get that Costco happening. But this is a base color, and this is essentially going to be the sheen of the satin. It's gonna have a little bit more sheen, but gives you a good idea at least. And I'm really happy with it. Really happy with how it turns, how it's turning out. It looks like a pickup bed, the way it's supposed to look, without wood. I hate wood beds. But there it is. Here's the back side of the tailgate. You can see my raised panel I built. I bead rolled that little panel there. That makes the back of it look a lot cleaner, in my opinion. Plus, I was lazy and I didn't feel like doing body work on the Chevrolet letters in the back, so we just covered them up. And I think it looks better anyway. So we'll get the clear on here shortly, but there it is. Metal bed, 64 Chevrolet C10 with a 68 to 72 or 67 to 72 metal bed floor installed. All right, there it is. I just about an hour and a half or so ago, I got done spraying the second coat of satin clear over it, and I couldn't be happier with how this looks. 64 C10 shorty, fleety shorty, and with the metal bed installed from a 67 to 72 short bed. Everything's the same. So if you got one of these at home and you don't want to do wood, here's what it can look like. And in my opinion, I think it looks better. But I'm really happy with the texture coat. It came out really nice and uniform. That may not be everybody's look, or they might be everybody's preference, but I plan on using this truck, and I wanted the satin so it wore a little bit easier, and it didn't show any as bad a marring if I haul something in it. But but I also wanted it to be clean enough to where I want to take it to some local car shows too. So that was a nice balance between the two of them. But and I'm going to show you why I painted it first. A lot of people will come back in and do this afterwards, but look really, really closely. Do you see the black here? That is the texture coat. And if I would have done this on last, that always seems to bleed just a little bit under the tape line. And so when I go to paint this, and this has been primed and blocked and sanded, and it's essentially ready for paint, I can move my line a 32nd of an inch down, and I can hit that, and then I can take and I can sand off this hard edge and soften this line up, and there'll be a really nice even transition between the two surfaces. That's why, another reason why I like to do them first. And I don't particularly like to lean over the panels trying to paint the insides. And yeah, here's how the tailgate turned out with that raised panel I built. I bead rolled this panel all the way around it. Super happy with how that turned out. And same thing, I'll come in here and knock this edge down and then tape just barely below it. And this from here out will get gloss clear and color, and it's going to look great. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the little video series I did on my own personal short bed. So if you, like I said, if you've got a 64 to 66 C10 short bed, I don't know 60 through 63. I don't know if they're exactly the same. I think the mounts are slightly different where it mounts to the frame. I think the dimension, the width and everything's the same, but I think the mounting points on the frame are slightly different. Don't quote me on that, but I pulled up the schematics online on the 67 to 72s, and the frame dimensions, width, length, mounting hole, center to center, was the exact same as the 64 to 66. So I can't speak for 60 to 63, but I'm sure with a little bit of needle scratching, you could probably get it to work. So anyway, I appreciate you, and thanks for watching, and comment if you got any questions or anything I can answer for you guys. But all right, thanks for watching. Bye.